Hello, you're all very welcome to the Love Life podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Patrick. And
this is episode 5.
Episode 5. Can you believe we made it to 5 episodes?
I can't believe we're not killing each other already.
Well, in this episode we nearly do.
We nearly do.
There were a few times you looked over at me there during this episode, and I thought that you were going to throw that skeleton behind you at me.
Possibly.
So to give you a little preview on this episode, we're going to cover the stigma of being single.
The stigma of being single. We're also covering rich guy versus poor guy.
And when we get back into our little role play, I kick Anna's ass for sleeping with Kieran last week because I got a lot of feedback from guys and girls.
Listen, I'm still single, babe, so I can sleep with who I want.
There's no stigma.
Anyway, listen to the episode to find out. Also, rate and review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it.
Keep listening. We are so happy with the numbers we're getting and
absolutely
the amount of feedback, and everywhere we go,
message us if you want dating advice. We'll tell you whatever we know. We can help you. It's Anna O'Connor 26, Love Life, and I am McLaughlin on Instagram. And rate and review us on iTunes and SoundCloud if you can.
Thank you everyone for their
Thank
feedback.
you so much.
Except
Noel. You listen to the podcast to find out about Noel. The cheek of him. So enjoy.
Here we go. So Anna, how was your week?
Hi Patrick.
Hi.
My week was, let me think for a second. My week was really busy, and I don't want to be giving the busy chat, but I have been working every day and gigging every night. I think the boom might be back.
Boom's back, yeah.
So I'm just back from Killarney and showered, changed, and ran in here to do the podcast. And I have a date straight after the podcast.
Have you actually?
I actually do. Am I okay for the date?
You look great.
Thank you.
Is the date here in Limerick?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I don't know yet. It's a surprise. So I have to see.
It's a day date though.
It's a day date.
So is it an activity or is it like coffee or?
Well, I'm not sure because I'm off tonight and he's off, and it's not our first date. So maybe we might go for drinks. I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna go with the flow. See what happens.
Is there pressure on you now because of doing this?
Yeah,
because I actually find that
he has listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
He actually had listened to it before we ever talked. So I feel like, and I've had this a few times with Tinder during the week and stuff, guys would be like, oh, I heard your podcast, and then they'd look for my number, because in podcast 1 I say, well, if you get my number,
so you're giving away
I'm giving away all my secrets.
Stuff.
So yeah, it's funny, but I don't mind. And actually, you know what I've had a lot of this week is guys messaging me on Instagram and stuff, asking me for advice. So it's interesting. But I'll get more into that in a few minutes. Patrick has loads of news. Tell us about your week. Patrick is up for Best Male Influencer in the Blog Awards.
Beauty
Blog Awards. I didn't
actually
get that wrong.
Blog Awards too. So yeah, okay.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
For you.
I'm a finalist in the Best Male Influencer category for the Beauty Blog Awards, which I didn't expect to get, to be honest with you. But I'm delighted I am. I'm really, really thankful to everyone who's helped me get there, to be honest with you, because I said to you earlier, you can't get something like that, I suppose, without working.
Yeah.
You have to work hard. People, anyone can set up a social media account.
Anyone can write a blog, but you have to be good at it to get to where you are, as far as I'm concerned. I think you're good at it.
That's a different, there's the Blog Awards Ireland is another thing I'm a finalist for.
Oh.
And for that, there's no voting, there's no nothing. They have judges who sit down and read everyone's blogs and look at everyone's website and then decide, okay, we'll nominate or we'll put this person forward or whatever. That one is based on the quality of what I'm writing.
Yeah, and you were surprised when you got these awards or up for these awards, and I'm not one bit surprised. I think you're great. I think your blogs are great, and I think you deserve it. You work really hard. So well done.
But that's kind of the point, as I suppose. The people who actually work hard at this sort of stuff, they deserve a little bit of recognition, I suppose, because it does fucking take time.
Oh yeah.
You've got to sit down. You give up a couple of nights of your week to sit down at a laptop and write something or edit something or edit a YouTube video or run a YouTube channel or something.
Oh yeah, it's work.
You know what I mean? There is work in it, yeah.
You're passionate about it though, so it makes it easy work for you, but it is work, it's time.
But for me, it feels great that you get, first of all, that it's recognised, second of all, that the people who follow me actually give a shit. Do you know what I mean? As we said earlier, anyone can have followers because you can fucking buy them,
Yeah.
right? Anyone can put up pictures of their bum on Instagram and like they'll get loads of likes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and those
But-
followers,
You don't like get recognized for that unless you do a bit of work, and I'm just really happy that like the people who follow me actually give a shit about me, that
Yeah.
would take the time to vote for me and get me into the final.
When is
or
the
anything like
awards on?
This Thursday night.
Oh, really? So we'll know by the next.
Well,
Podcast.
the next podcast we'll know.
Oh my God, there'll be fans outside.
Oh, stop it.
I'm
No,
delighted.
it's not
for
like
you.
that. I'm delighted too.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I don't win, I'm just happy
You're
that,
thrilled to be
that I've been kind of recognised, I
Yeah.
suppose, a little bit for
Yeah.
the work I do.
And
So
I'm delighted for you.
thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, and I was up at this Ireland last weekend as well, which was great crack.
Yeah, it looked like great crack.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a great night. I was on the Helix.
How are you still single, Patrick? I don't know. Miss Ireland and all these fashion shows and beauty awards.
What's wrong with being single then?
Absolutely nothing.
There you go.
must I,
Is there a stigma attached to being single?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't think there
Do
should
you
be.
do you feel there is?
There are times I think when you would. There are times when you like, Jesus, I wish, like, I suppose you get like when you're asked, like, do you have a girlfriend, and they're like, no, or whatever. I suppose, yeah, there are times when you feel like you're embarrassed that you're single, but I don't think you should. I think
It
like,
depends who you're talking to. I feel like if it's like my aunties or my family or something, they're like, oh, you haven't a man yet, like nearly what's wrong with you? Not in a bad way, but if you're at a Christmas party, or if you're at a wedding and you're single, it's a little bit, you feel uncomfortable. You know, I get my back up and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with being single. I
Yeah.
want to be single.
do you have like a funny answer you give?
No, not really. I don't. Sorry.
Okay.
That would have been
No, I
would
just
have been better
wonder.
if I did, but no, I don't.
But no, because I want you. I've heard you ask that. I'd say that how are you still thinking?
Yeah,
about
I
many
shouldn't
people?
ask that.
Yeah, and that's the very thing I suppose that makes
I'd
people
be getting
embarrassed.
out if someone asked me
Yes.
that. I think I'm doing it as a compliment because I'm like, Patrick, you're great.
Mm.
How are you? Still single, but it's actually making you uncomfortable.
It doesn't at all, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And look, it's not something I stress about anymore. To be
No.
honest with you,
No.
like I've been in long-term relationships. I got out of a complicated, let's use that word, relationship earlier
We've
this
all
year.
had those, yeah.
So like right now, what's the cliche? I'm going to focus on me for
Focus
a while.
on you. I just wanted to say, actually, because I've often thought about this, like, we're on here and we're all smiley and happy. I just, being single, there's probably a lot of single people listening to this, girls
I
and
imagine
guys.
so,
Yeah, that's what we're kind of aiming for.
Yeah.
But I just want people to know, like, if you're lonely sometimes or at home and, sad because you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, like, that happens to everybody. Just so you know. So sometimes I'm at home in the middle of the winter, on my own in the bed watching Netflix, and I'm like, I'd love,
life,
it's part of life.
yeah.
So just if you ever feel that way, you're not on your own. There's thousands of us out there, and it's
course.
not that I feel like that way all the time, but it does happen. I do feel sad sometimes and
Didn't
lonely.
someone contact you will say like you're getting tons of feedback
Yeah.
about this podcast or something like that?
Yeah.
And one of the things you said you wanted to talk to me about this week was the stigma
Yeah.
of being single.
Yeah.
So I suppose, like, have you found that yourself? Like, this goes back to what we just kind of stumbled into a minute ago.
Yeah.
Are there ever times where you're embarrassed to tell people that you're single? Like if you're at a wedding and you have no date.
Yeah, sometimes maybe at a wedding, or if a guy is like, why are you still single? But now I realise I've done that to you. But it's very hard to come up with an answer to that. Like, are you too fussy? If some guys have asked me that. Am I too fussy? I don't really know. Maybe I am. I would say my standards are high. And I don't mean that in a looks department or anything, but the standards of the way that I would want to be treated are very high.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're aware of that.
I'm very aware of that.
But do you think that's holding you back? And like, I know that
no.
you're not, like, you have an idea in your head of how you expect it to be treated.
Every day single is a day without it. Is it better than a day going out with an asshole?
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
So I'd much prefer be single than
But
be going out.
asshole
with
is
someone.
a leap.
Okay,
no?
it's late. But
Would
someone
you-
that's not treating me right.
You have a like and like I haven't known you that long because like we only got to know each other shortly before we started doing this, but I
Yeah.
feel like I know you very well at this stage.
Yeah.
You have a big thing about the communication thing.
Yeah.
So like, you know, even in our role play in the last day, like I didn't text you for 4 days and you went out and slept with another guy. Like, why is that communication thing such a big thing for you?
I think it is for everybody. I think if someone doesn't text you for 4 days,
But after 2
they're
days,
playing a game.
not necessarily. They just don't know you well enough yet, I think.
I have to disagree with you.
Okay. Go ahead, give me your point of view on this then. Because I've been
They're
asked,
either playing a
I've
game.
been asked that a bit. No, I have to say. Why is the texting thing such a big thing for you?
For
so
me.
I have to ask you that.
Because I feel like 4 days, oh my god, like it's just you're either not that into her or you're playing a game. It's kind of black and white to me. I wouldn't.
But isn't that very quick?
4 days is a long time.
After one date even. And like, okay, there was a spark, but you don't really know each other that well yet. Like, as Kieran, the Galway player, said in the last thing, some people could be like courting or texting or whatever for 10 months, a year before they decide to be in a relationship. Why does it happen?
Yawn, like, jeez, lads.
But
Get your finger out, like, come on.
But you're saying lads get the finger out. If there's no
Our
communication
girls.
for 4 days, that means you haven't texted him either. Why is it his job to text you?
Because the minute you start chasing, it's over. As far as like a girl,
But
do not.
You're
girls.
very black and
I
white
am
about
very
all this.
black and
Yeah.
white of that. Look, here's me single still, but I'm telling you, girls, the minute you start chasing, you've lost the race. Do not chase a guy. Do not chase a guy. 100%. It is in
lost
you
the
to
race.
chase.
Is that what you just said?
It's in you to chase us.
And I'm the game
and if
player.
you don't,
Jesus Christ, shit. The minute you, this is your tip of the week. The minute
no,
you
I
chase,
have a
you
tip.
lost
I
the
have
race.
more tips.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the tip of the week. Lots of people messaged me about that
Yeah.
and gave me ideas for more tips of the week. So I was happy with
I
that.
actually played that for the guy that I was talking about last week.
Yeah.
I played it for him there during the week. The guy, the very handsome guy who I used to work with, who was just like,
Oh yeah. What did he think?
he laughed his whole off.
Yeah.
It's
I'd probably be like, I'd probably be
even
sucked in by
managers
him.
used to like
Yeah.
giggle when he'd make a really inappropriate comment. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's just
Oh yeah, it was last week. The tip of the week was the sexual innuendo.
innuendos, yeah.
But you made very solid points saying that you thought I wasn't actually into that guy, so I
Yeah,
was looking
you
for a
ruined
way
it
out.
when
So
you
I
said-
realised it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Go back to the games thing. I think if you actually like really like someone, you wouldn't be playing games. You wouldn't even be thinking about it.
Yes, if you both really liked each other, he wouldn't leave it 4 days to text you, so you wouldn't have to play a game.
But
You wouldn't have to not text him for 4 days.
but it's all still very very. You're looking for things very very immediately. I think, to be honest. As in, like, you meet a guy, you go on one date with him. Okay, that's the first time you've met him. So, like, really, are you falling in love on that first date? You got on well, but like,
No.
it's very
No.
okay. He needs to be texting me. He needs to
And
be
not-
setting his alarm at night. He needs to be saying good night to me, type of thing. It's very quick for that.
No, it is a bit quick for that. No, I wouldn't expect that after the first date. And I have listened to your advice, and I have taken it on board as well. So I'm not always right. I'm listening to your side too, and I'm not just. I think I'm getting less.
I'm not
black
always
and
right
white.
either.
Yeah.
We're not always right, and the things that we say here are like, we're not generalizing because we can't.
Yeah.
We're speaking about our own personal opinions, our own
And then
experiences.
if you want to take something from that, great.
But yeah, and we're very open to feedback, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
Because like I've had people who've disagreed with me, I've had people who've agreed with me since we started doing this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's all relevant because it's all, you know, people's each own personal experience.
Yeah.
Like you, I mean, last week you found that you had to accept that sometimes a guy isn't looking for a relationship, he's just looking
Yeah.
for a good time and sex.
Yeah, and that's okay too. Yeah. Once the girl knows that, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Once the girl knows that, he's not using, like, he's not going in on the pretense that he is looking for a relationship and giving her false hope and
Yeah.
then banging her and see ya.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
right.
not nice. No.
But yeah, okay. So
Where was I?
you were explaining your communication thing.
Oh yeah, so I've actually listened to your advice a little bit, and I've tried to pull that back a little bit in my head, you know, not be so hung up. And also, I realised by kind of reflecting that I might be this way about one guy, but there could be 5 guys texting me, and I wouldn't be giving them any help at all, and I wouldn't even care if they didn't text me for 3 days because I wouldn't notice because I'm not focused on them.
Yes.
So it's the ones I'm focused, and it's my
like.
own fault. I'm over investing.
Okay.
I'm investing,
So
in
you
one
need to catch
particular
yourself a
guy.
little bit of that.
So I need to catch myself in that. So I do agree with you. Now,
No, I agree with you in the sense.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, if you meet someone and you really like them, and like you feel that they actually really like you, you're actually not thinking. I've found this myself. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm not going to text her now. I'm going to make her wait for her, stuff like that. You're actually getting on so well with them, and you're having so much crack with them.
it should
and
flow.
it just does.
Yes,
you're
it
not even
just
thinking
does.
about guests. It's when something kind of goes wrong a little bit,
Yeah.
and it goes back to like
And you don't hear from them, or they
It's
don't
not
text
even
you.
that. It's
There's
like,
something,
if
yeah.
there's something, then you start thinking, okay, now I need to be tactical. I need to make them want me a little bit more and all this stuff. But I think it just when it's right in the beginning, or like when it's right, just full stop. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to wait now. I'm going to open that, and I'm not going to text it back for 2 hours, or I might leave that till tomorrow. I might not even open that now tomorrow. That's when you.
When it's right, that none of these things will happen. I think when
No.
you meet the right person, it will flow. You're so right.
But I
The
do
moment we're
think you
dating.
have some little kind of rules. Like I think the no snaps, because
I think we've
Yeah.
talked about this
Yeah,
a few times.
sorry,
I don't
no.
think we need to get into
Can't
this
put it
again.
on. I can't
you won't
sign
leave
off
the
on that
snap
one.
go. Just because it
No.
didn't slap you back, Patrick.
I deleted you on Snapchat.
Did you?
No, I didn't. Are we still friends on Snapchat?
Yeah, I don't use Snapchat that much.
Okay, but I actually think Snapchat is nice. Like, obviously there's the darker side of Snapchat as well, and there's all that sort of stuff and stuff. But I find that, like, if you are texting someone or you are messaging something, sometimes it's just nice to say it with a smile, or let them see your face so they know you're being genuine and you know you're sending them.
I do. I get your side.
I don't think you're giving it away for free.
I think we're both learning from each other. We're in episode 5 now,
100%.
and I definitely have
100%.
learned. Like, I'm not as like, there's one guy I know, and he uses Snapchat to communicate with me, and a lot of the time I would ignore him, and actually I bumped into him on Sunday
Why do you
night.
ignore him?
I ignore the Snapchats because I'm like, I kind of had them as, that's not real communication in my head, but actually I bumped into him Sunday, and then he was Snapchatting me on Monday, and I was just like, actually, this guy doesn't mean any harm by this, he didn't even mind if it was just writing.
Did you have a bad experience with Snapchat?
I had one or two.
I love the YouTube because you can actually, people can see what I can see. Is that Anna is such a visual person.
I had one or two people string me along for a long time with just Snapchats, but wouldn't actually. And turn that phone out. the boom you hear is Patrick's
It
one.
wasn't me last week,
The
was it?
vlogger of the year, or whatever they call you. He's busy on Instagram, but anyway.
Fellow blogger messaging me.
Oh yeah. But what was I going to say? I've had experience where I've had guys string me along on Snapchat, and I've nearly got more emotionally into that because I'm seeing pictures. And
What do you mean string you along?
Snapchatting me every single day, but never actually getting the finger out and taking me out for a date. Why are you smiling when
Go
I
on,
say?
sir.
Do you not like when I say the finger out?
Continue.
Getting the finger out, Patrick.
I thought we didn't like innuendos. Go on anyway, keep going.
That wasn't an
I
innuendo.
know.
You made it into one.
Keep going.
Anyway, he never bothered taking me out. And when I put it to him,
Okay, but I'm
Pull it
sorry,
out.
I'm going to grill you here today. I just decided he has to take you out. Why couldn't you not ask him out?
oh well, I did. I eventually tried to arrange something.
Okay.
And he didn't seem kind of up for it, or he wasn't
Because
around.
are you very black and white about that too? If you chase, you lose the race. Like, are you?
But I shouldn't have.
Do
Probably.
you sit there and like wait for the message or wait to be asked
Oh,
out?
no.
You will never be proactive and just.
No.
I like
Oh,
this
sorry,
guy.
sorry.
So fucking, I'm gonna.
I need to tell you something.
Go ahead.
The guy that I'm dating at the moment, I don't really want to be. I shouldn't be discussing in the podcast, but anyway.
No names.
No names, no. But
Is he
I
listening?
asked him out.
You asked him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you were all like, and even Coach Colin here was like, so you'd never ask anyone out, like you were all surprised that I wouldn't. So I asked him out. I asked him on a date.
Okay.
Yeah. Not this date. Like he asked me on the second date.
Okay,
So,
good. Very,
Yeah.
very
So I did. I'm being proactive, and I did. I asked him out. Phew.
Okay.
So I'm sure I've lost the race. It's
Yeah,
probably over before it's begun.
He's gonna listen to this, and now you're fucked. No, you're not. I think well done. It's like, yeah, I think that like women need to be a little bit more forward as well. I think
Yeah.
sometimes now.
No, we did match on Bumble, so like I knew he fancied me.
Okay.
So it wasn't like he was going to say no. I'm just here for the chats, you know.
Very good.
But I did ask him out.
Proud of
But
you.
it was going on for ages. I was like, come on, let's go.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah.
Why you give me that look?
I don't know.
Okay. So should we jump back into our little thing? Or do you have any other topics? Do you have your
I
tip
have
of
a
the
tip
week?
of the week.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
God, I had so many this week, but I want to like keep some for
Future episode.
future. Have you any tips of the week, or is it just me doing tip of the week?
It's just you doing tip of the week.
It's just
yeah.
me. You
Yeah.
know tips.
I'm a free spirit and I just go show up and talk.
So my tip of the week would be, this can go for men and women, but probably girls because that's
Your side of the
my
house.
side.
Yeah.
Would be my tip of the week would be don't overinvest. I have learned this the hard way by overinvesting. So what I would say is watch what someone's investing in you and react accordingly. You know, invest the same amount. Don't hold back too much either. You know, that's playing games. But I would say, you know, send a text message, put the phone back in your pocket and get on with your day and get on with your short life. Don't be like thinking about, you know, try and control your emotions.
Okay.
Well, this is...
I actually agree with you
Yeah.
100% on that. Because it goes back to like a topic we were kind of kicking around last week, and I suppose in a future episode we'll go into this more in depth. But fear of rejection.
Yeah.
And a big.
You
Yeah.
keep saying in a future episode. This is it. Talk about it. Don't say in a future episode. I'd say you're kind of half afraid to talk about it.
I'm not half afraid to talk about it. I'm trying to
You
time
do.
it when I have a big blog about it coming out.
Oh,
so I'm talking about it when that's out.
oh,
And
it's
everyone can
coming.
read it. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Being tactical, playing
Very,
games.
very, very tactical.
Yeah, no, that's why, because I've written a big thing about it, kind of rolling it out.
Okay,
that's
cool.
why. But, yeah, one of the things is, like, invest is kind of a very kind of
Emotionally
cynical
invest.
word. But, like, yeah, if you meet someone and you like them, don't start, like, picking out the wedding outfits.
Try and
Don't
stop
start
your mind
naming
from
the
going
kids
there.
and stuff like that.
I-
As even as
yeah.
Kieran said last week, once you, like, you know, when you're young, you can just, you know, shift and drift, as he says, or whatever. But once you, like, you're hovering around the 30 mark, the 40 mark, whatever,
Yeah.
then you're starting to think, like, I need to find someone, I need to find a partner. But that's a danger.
That's
that
a
you
danger
could-
zone that you'll
You meet
overinvest
someone,
too
you really
quickly.
like them, you're really happy, and then, like, it doesn't work out. The pain is unreal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that what you mean?
That's what I mean. I'm trying to say, because this is from experience, girls and boys, is that, you know, in the past I've over-invested. I've met someone, I've told myself they're perfect for me because we like each other and we have a lot in common or whatever, but they're getting on with their own day, like you're saying, you know, you've only met once or twice, but I'm building the house and naming the children. No, that's an extreme version, but
You're not alone.
yeah,
I know
I'm not alone in that. This is what I've done in the past, but I have learned to start controlling those emotions because they're not real. That you don't know that person. That's not the case. They may not be perfect for you. They may be, but wait and see. So basically, my tip of the week is get on with your short life. Text them, you know, don't overinvest. Text them back if they're texting you. If they're acting like they want a bit more and you feel comfortable giving them that, give it to them. Don't play games, hard games either, but just don't overinvest. Just overinvest in yourself all the time and you'll be grand, you know. That's
Okay.
my tip of the week. Do you like it?
I did. Yeah, actually, that's one I agree with. Although I know I don't like the term over invest. It seems very kind of detached and unemotional. Like,
I do reckon all this talk that we have and all these looking into things and all these dates and all, when you meet the right one,
I think
all
so,
this
too.
will go out the window, but this is to help you until that happens.
yeah, exactly. And if that happens, fair play to you.
Fair.
I really do.
Can't wait.
I agree with you though. I do like I come back to it. Like I don't think there's any need for games if you meet someone you really like and they really like you back. It's only there's something wrong if you need the games. Do you know what I mean?
But yet we still do it.
Like, it's when I think you doubt yourself, you doubt the other person, something happens, you feel a little bit rejected, or you feel a little bit like, you know, something's not right here. That's when you start thinking, you start getting your games. Games come in, like, there really wouldn't be any need for the games if people were just honest with each other and they're like, you met someone you fancied and you like hit it off with them and they fancied you back and they hit it off with you. And it's like when the games come in, that's when something is just a little bit off. Now, again, granted, people in long-term relationships will tell you that the games never end. That like there's always that balance of power in the relationship. There's always you need to keep the spark going and stuff like that. That to me is a different thing to what we've been talking about.
What did Simon Cowell used to say? Don't kill the magic. He used to say, like, you know, if he was going out with someone, or you know, even if he was living with them, always get up, put on your makeup. Oh, girls were going mad about this. You know, look your best for me, and I don't want you to kill the magic. But I'm sure now he's married with a couple of kids, isn't he? And I'm sure she's going around in her fleece pajamas like the rest of us, giving out to him for not putting out the bins. But like, I don't know. I can see where he was coming from, but like, what an asshole at the same time, you know.
That whole double standard.
That
Speaking of double standards,
oh, what am I in trouble?
let's go. Just go back to last week's cliffhanger there.
Oh yes.
Because
where were we last
I got
week,
a lot of feedback about this.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
About me not wanting to go off with the rich guy.
Well, no, I actually got some feedback from women about that.
Oh, I want to know, what did other girls say? Because I feel my opinion slightly biased
Okay.
because of my life experiences.
I think because I was coming, like I threw that in there from a personal.
Will we just tell people
experience.
what we're talking
yeah,
about in
let's
case
go.
they just, if you are only starting to listen to our podcast now, go back to number 1. But anyway, we'll fill you in.
Well, if you're going to start somewhere, start at number 4. No, listen to them all, please. But yeah, so Anna and I, the story so far, Anna and I met on Tinder. We went on a date.
Sorry, this is all hypothetical.
Oh yeah, this didn't really happen. Or did it? Anna and I met on Tinder and we went on a day date for a coffee here in Limerick, hypothetically. And the day date turned into a night date. We got on so well, we just said fuck it and went drinking together and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I asked her to come home with me. She said no. God, she liked me. But I paid for a taxi to send her all the way back to Tipperary, which cost me 80 fucking quid. But I'm a nice guy. So then we arranged date number 2. Date number 2, I travelled down to Terry Glass to meet you. Booked into a B&B. Again, we had a great date. We got on really well. At the end of the night, you came back to the B&B with me. We slept together, but we didn't have sex together because
I didn't want to see your bare ass yet.
yeah. So then, after that was a Friday night. On the Saturday, we were messaging away or whatever. Then from Saturday to Wednesday, Anna didn't hear from me. Now, before Anna went on the date,
No good. That wasn't nice.
Communication. Anyway, before Anna went on the date with me, she met Kieran down at the Galway races and kind of had a few drinks.
Kieran is the Galway player.
Well, not in this, he's just Kieran.
Yes.
This is hypothetical, remember, he's not really the Galway player. He's actually a rich property developer.
Oh, alright, okay, from Galway.
Yeah, from Galway. So she met
Oh,
Kieran.
sorry, I did date a Kieran in the past, so just in case.
We can gloss over that.
We can gloss over that. It's not that Kieran.
It's not that Kieran, it's Kieran that was sitting here in his lovely wine blazer last week, who's actually one of the nicest people we've ever had the pleasure of dealing with in this thing. Anyway, so they met down at the Galway races the week before Anna and I matched on Tinder and had a few drinks together and got on well and stuff like that. So in that ominous, awful 4 days where she didn't get any message from me, Kieran was coming to Limerick for a night out.
Now, can I just throw in here, I'm emotionally attached to you, I'm not emotionally attached to Kieran. I just think he's alright and a bit of crack. Okay. But I go out with Kieran.
So Kieran asked Anna to go out because he was happy to be at an event in Limerick. Anna went out with Kieran. Anna slept with Kieran and had sex with Kieran.
Sure, look, there's nothing wrong with the ride. Here and there.
I'm not saying there is.
Yeah.
So,
and you didn't text me for 4 days.
I love the way you still think one is worse than the other, but anyway. So then the day after, this happens, I finally get around to texting Anna to tell Anna that sorry I haven't been in touch lately. I had a lot going on in my life. I've decided to make a huge move. I've decided to give up my good job, and I'm going to go back to being a student because I want to, I'll use my real life now. I want to try to become a psychotherapist.
Yeah.
So that is, you get that message.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point we're going to pick it up
So
at.
that's the point. So basically, I'm kind of choosing now between
Well, you've got Mr. Kieran, who's like
a wealthy property developer
Mega
from
bucks.
Galway. It's so funny that this came up, yeah. And then I have you,
you have
who's
me,
going back
who
to
you
college.
like, but I'm going back to college, so I'm just going to be a broke-ass student. I'm probably going to be working part-time in a shop, getting back the education allowance, working weekends.
But I'm emotionally
So I'm
connected
working
to you.
weekends too. That's an issue.
I work weekends too. We can work it there. Be fine.
But I'll be working during the day, and you'll be working at night.
That's what I'm doing.
But this is what. Okay, so
So
the point that we.
if there was no emotional,
The point that or we're picking it up from is
Mhm.
you've gone out last night. You slept with Kieran.
yes,
You've done the boom boom with Kieran. Not
Yeah.
just slept because you slept with me.
yeah,
Now,
I've cuddled you.
it's the next day, you get that message from me explaining why I've been quiet the last 4 days, explaining all the stuff that's going on in my life.
yeah.
Go. What's happening?
What's happening? Well, I still have that little bit of feeling of rejection from you. I know that you have a great excuse of why you didn't text me.
It's not an excuse.
As I said in the last podcast, you're setting your alarm and you're going to bed. You could have texted me. So that's my opinion on this. I don't care if you're climbing Mount Everest. If you only have coverage for 2 minutes, you can text me.
Is that not extremely needy on your part? We've gone
No,
on
it's
2
respect.
dates.
It's 4 days.
We've gone on
we
2
have an
dates.
emotional connection.
You've gone out and slept with another guy in those 4 days.
Yeah, because I'm entitled to do what I want.
You are
Because
entitled.
I'm single and
But I put it to you last.
this I would have in my head, you and me
Is
sleeping
it
with
not
another
a-
guy is separate completely.
Is it not a bit of a double standard?
No, in
As
my
I said
head,
to you,
it's
if-
separate.
If
I didn't sleep with him because I didn't hear from you, but I'm sure I didn't directly do that, but probably indirectly.
But if I had done it, you did admit the last day. If I had done if the roles were reversed.
But I'd never know, and you'd never
But
know.
let's say you do know. Let's say I find out. Down the line, I'm going to find out, right? Because I have been thinking about this in my head. So, okay, first of all, react to the message that I send you. That I'm sorry I haven't been in touch the last 4 days. My life has just been turned upside down. It's completely mental, but this is what I've decided to do. So, now you know all that. What's your reply to that message? And there's dead air here, people.
Yeah, we can hear the dead air because I'm like, there's part of me hurt that I didn't hear from you.
Is any part of you guilty? At all? Like,
No, you
really? None?
Yeah,
None? Because this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
This is
the guy that I
the-
slept with is not important to our relationship at all.
But
We are
in
not
your
going
mind-
out. Calm down.
We're not going out. Yes, you're like black with me because I didn't text you for 4 days. So like that's a huge crime. But you going on sleeping with another fella, that doesn't matter.
It's separate to me and you.
But that, do you not think that is an extreme double standard? Because, like I said, some of the feedback I've been getting is like,
What is it?
what you're doing, what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
If a guy did that, that would be like fuckboy behavior. That would be what a prick. Oh my god, what a player. But like you're saying, you did it. It's fine. Like that's a separate issue. It's nothing to do with us. Do you know what I mean? If a guy was saying that to you,
But
how
when
would
you're
you take it?
dating, you can date other people. That's okay.
Let's rewind.
I'm not stopping you from seeing
I
other
know.
people. You're not stopping me from seeing other
First
people.
fight, people.
But yes, I feel like we should have like
But in your
a
mind,
constant communication. Not constant, but
but that my lack of communication, though I had a good excuse, is a bigger crime than you going on.
no, what I did is not a crime at all. What you did is a crime.
This is actually like a real row here now at this stage. Okay, flip it then.
Yeah.
We had our date in Terry Glass. We like had our cuddle. We had such a magic moment.
Yeah, it was lovely. Why couldn't you just kept the flow going there?
We texted each other on the Saturday. Then I went out on the Sunday night. I met another girl on the night out. I went home with her and I had sex with her.
Yeah.
Okay, and then somehow you see it on an Instagram story, or you see a photo of me with the girl, and then you see someone tells you, you know the girl, and you find out that I went out and had sex with another girl.
Yeah.
Be honest. How do you feel?
I
This
feel
guy
like
had this wonderful
I feel
experience.
like this relationship that I thought it was when we were in Terry Glass is not that relationship. I'm disappointed, and I feel like we've both slept with someone else, but our communication was
No,
bad.
I haven't said anyone else. I'm just saying, if you didn't sleep with Kieran, but I slept with Sandy, and you find out about it.
Who is Sandy?
I'm just pulling a name out of my bum. There is no Sandy. But if I had slept with someone else in those exact same set of circumstances, you would be extremely hurt. You would say, it's not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
He's not the guy I thought he was.
Yeah.
Why is it different for you?
Because I suppose I don't expect that you're going to find out, and I just feel it's all gone tits up, Patrick.
It's not. It doesn't
It
have to be. I think you have a choice. You're banking on the fact that I'll never find out about it.
And
So
it's grand because I am single.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grand.
But you just said if I did it to you, it would be unacceptable. Yeah,
I'm sorry for having double standards. I don't know.
But I think
This is
I'm
normal,
addressing
though.
this because that is the bulk of the feedback that I got
Yeah,
during the week.
people are
Was that
giving
it's
out.
such a double standard.
Yeah.
As in, like, if guys do that, like, they're fuckboys, and like the girl will not tolerate that at all. But you've done that, and I'm actually going to say I'm okay with it. Well, I don't know about it yet. We're going to get to a point where I find out about it because it turns out I know Kieran.
Okay.
The look on your face, right? So okay, I've addressed that because I feel like I was forced to because I got over 20 fucking messages.
Okay. Well, I am sorry for having double standards, but these things do happen.
I know.
So I just want people to know. I just want even guys to know. Like, if you take your eye off the ball, that could
I
happen.
actually think that, like, as in, we went on 2 dates.
Yeah.
So, like, if you went on another date with another guy, that's actually okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
We're not even seeing each other yet.
Okay. Are we not?
No, well, bloody well hope we're not.
So sorry. If you're seeing someone, does that mean you can't sleep with someone else?
I would hope so. Do you think that?
I don't know. So, okay,
Reset.
I want to address this. Because you're right, there's a bit of a double standard, not a bit, a full double standard. But I suppose the lesson a guy I feel should learn from this is if you take your eye off the ball, you might lose her to a property developer in Galway. So don't take your eye off the ball.
Okay.
It's your own fault.
So...
And maybe I am.
No, okay, like...
And I am wrong in a way. I shouldn't have. I probably should have texted you. I probably should have texted you day 2 and said, is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
How was life?
I think maybe that's the
Yeah,
thing.
so
And then
maybe
I would've
then I would have slept with someone.
to tell you.
Yeah, and then we would have been all fine. But this is probably all falling apart because
But it's not.
of our
no,
games.
It's not falling apart.
And we're still together.
See, I don't know, well, like, it's up to you. I've told you why I didn't text you for the last 4 days. I had a lot going on, and like I'm after making a huge life decision.
Okay.
Like, I had to
So,
get the sign off
where
of
are
my
we-
friends and family to do this.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I've been here. This is actually a realistic thing. Like, I gave up a really, really good job to go back and be a broke student for 4 years.
And you were shocked because I listened to our last week's podcast on the way in just to kind of get myself back in the game, and in it you were shocked that I didn't mind that much, you know. That
Yeah, I know. Because I mean, that's coming from one of my own insecurities,
Yeah.
I suppose. Because like,
and you were so insecure. You said you wouldn't have gone for a woman like me that had a job and that had her not that I have my shit together, but you know that.
But this is not just like I've had this conversation like with many of my friends over the years because like, yeah, I had a good job. I had a BMW Jeep. I had all that shit, but. Like, my mother passed away, I decided I wasn't happy doing what I was doing. I wasn't making myself happy. I wasn't comfortable in the job I was in, so I took the
it's only
plunge,
money.
went back to be a broke art student and back to education allowance working part-time for 4 years.
Were you always glad that you did it, or did you ever
I
regret
have
it?
zero regrets about it.
Great.
But, as I said to you, I would not have been looking for a woman like over the age of 26 in that time, and
Okay.
people would like say, well, why don't you go for like women like in the, like of late 20s, early 30s, whatever? It's because they have, in my mind, they have expectations. They want to go away for weekends.
Oh, listen,
They
can I
want to
just
go
tell
on
you
holidays.
something about me?
But
Right.
this isn't necessarily about you, no. This is
Yeah.
in general.
Okay,
As
well,
in,
in
like-
general, I Well, you see, I can only talk about my experiences, I suppose. Like, I told you that I have, you know, dated and had relationships with guys that did well for themselves, and that's grand. But I've also dated guys that needed, like, in the last 2-3 years, that have needed to borrow a tenner for the bus. So, and I was crazy about them. Now when I look back, I'm like, oh Jesus, oh Jesus. But
for how long?
For how long? Like 6 months maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I cringe sometimes at certain things that I've done. But I will say, I would let myself get emotionally connected to someone that was getting the bus and didn't have, you know, only had a part-time job and didn't, you know, was maybe weren't even studying. God, but what the fuck was I doing?
If you really liked the person,
I really liked them.
Was a good thing.
So I was just mad about them. I didn't give a shit that they had no money. I didn't care. So
Fair
there
enough.
you go.
But again, okay, so that I'm explaining where that question came from. Is that's my own insecurity, because in those when I was back in college, I wouldn't have gone for a woman like yourself who was in a good job, because a friend of mine even laughed and said, like, a woman under the age of 25, if you have a car and you're good looking, that's enough. That's all they give a shit about.
So you could definitely provide.
I had a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So that's why I was thinking that. So now again, we're like, you want to go? You want to go to Nashville? I can't go. Can't afford it. You want to go away to stay?
Long term, it mightn't work out. You see,
You want to go
it
to London
didn't work
for the
out for
weekend?
me.
Can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go down to the Europe and stay there Saturday night? Can't do it.
Yeah, I will say that in my experience anyway, and I think with a lot of girls, if you have an emotional connection and you really like someone, you don't really give a shit about their bank balance, or I suppose a bit of motivation is always good. That's attractive.
But I want to go back to something you said there a second ago.
Yeah.
You really like me, right? We've had those 2 days and you really like me.
Yeah.
And let's put the Kieran thing aside for a second.
Yeah.
You haven't heard from me in 4 days.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you really like me, are you not wondering, is everything okay with him? Do you know what I mean? Or is it strictly like, well, I'm not chasing him. If you chase, you lose the race. So I'm not texting him. What's his fucking problem? Why isn't he
I'm going to
texting
be
me?
honest.
Would you
I'd
not
like to
think,
answer and
fucking,
say,
what's going on with him? Is he
everything
okay?
Yeah, no, I
Because
wouldn't.
if you said me, oh God, really?
I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
being honest because you want
So
me to
you
be.
would never send that message in those 4 days to say, just checking, making sure I haven't heard from you.
No, I feel like I need it. I'd feel like
Why?
I'm chasing you. That's, of course you can text me if you need to, you know, if you wanted to, if you cared about me.
And you, like, okay, I love the way I was originally the king of game players and the king of fuckboys.
Yeah, it's all
kind of turning him around.
It is. It actually is.
Okay, so now you know why I haven't texted you in 4 days. Are you still thinking you still could have?
No, I'll probably come around. I'll probably come around and I'll
Okay.
be like, right, okay, fair enough.
I've sent you that message.
Yeah. Now I have to choose between basically you and...
You know,
You're
like,
going back to college, you're going to have no money. Kieran has a successful property development business down in...
he's a high flyer.
He's a high flyer,
So
we can fly around
mover and
in
a
his...
shaker. Kieran, if you're listening to this,
Yeah,
fair play.
you're flying it, aren't you? I will definitely go for you.
Okay, fair play.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room again. So now you know. So you're still like
So I'm
me.
dropping the rich guy, I'm going for the poor student because I have an emotional connection. And
Reply
I'm a
to
big
my
softie.
message.
Oh, well, reply to your message. Well,
Are we still like playing games here or whatever? Can we be real with each other? Because
I'd love if we had the conversation now. If you said, Anna, can we meet
but
up?
we've had 2 dates and we've like had a huge connection.
Yeah,
So
so
we've
let's meet
talked
up
about our
again.
lives and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But let's cut the bullshit.
That's why I'm
now.
kind of disappointed in a way, is that you still like. So you like me so much that there was this emotional connection, but still, it's still what stood
But
in
the
your
fact
way
that
was
you
your
didn't
little
communicate
Yeah.
has
But you could have
made me
checked
question
if everything
all
was
those
okay
other
with
things.
me. No. You could.
I probably learned that I should have texted you a day,
No, but-
two or
but
three.
in general, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a game there those 4 days. It wasn't like I wasn't leaving you hanging and I wasn't messing.
That's an
with
exception to
you.
the
Were
rule.
you messing with me by like saying no chase, lose the race? You like that's what I'm saying, and it's snowballed.
I can
so
see
much
what
that
went
you went
wrong
on a date
there.
with another guy.
Yeah, but
and
that's what happens. You know, sometimes you take your eye off the ball, or you know, I took it up wrong, and
so it's a
I
problem
fucked
here that
up
we
with it.
haven't become friends.
Yeah, Like, we needed to be more communicating. Even you needed to be communicating with me about that.
Everything comes back to that you need to be communicating.
Yeah, communication is key. It's key.
But in your mind, it's only the guy's responsibility to do the communicating.
But I'm learning. I'm learning that maybe I should have texted
You're
you.
going to kick the shit out of me after this, aren't you?
I'm learning.
The look.
Yeah, I am learning.
Do you think what I'm saying is fair? Because if it's not, call me up on it. Am I, or fire back at me or whatever.
I still think it wouldn't have killed you to send me a quick little message at some stage. If we had this amazing emotional connection.
We have this
I'm
amazing
not going to
emotional
backtrack on
connection,
everything
which
just
is
because
not
you want me to.
I don't expect you to.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing here. It's
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I do say,
My
if,
answer to that
if he
is-
wants me, wild horses won't stop him. I can't backtrack from that, you know?
But what about the wild horses that are stopping you?
Oh, no. You see, in
It's
my
only much
mind,
for the girl.
it only, yes, the guy has to chase the girl.
That's a
Do
very
not
old-fashioned
chase.
view.
Well, it's feckin' true. Okay? It's so true. I just think a guy, like, you need to chase a girl. Right?
Okay.
You don't have the interest. It's in you. It's your animal instinct to chase us. You know?
Okay.
I know that is the case. Like, you need to chase us, and we need to be chased. And if we start chasing you, forget it. Girls, all you have to do is nothing.
This is going to be...
Let go, girls,
gonna
and
be
do
controversial.
nothing. Because if they don't chase you,
Please send your
fuck 'em.
feedback to the Love Life. Actually, send it directly to me because Anna looks after the Love Life podcast.
Yeah.
I have a feeling some might be deleted, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of feedback on that, and I'm getting lots of feedback on, Love Life on Instagram and even Tinder. Keep coming across people that have listened
I meet people in
listen
the
to our
street. I met
podcasts.
people at Miss Ireland and I met people at the Littlewoods thing that I had met listening.
I had a fella come in. I work in a dental surgery 3 days a week as a dental nurse, and I had a guy, a carpenter, come in. He's about 58, and he came in and he was like, "Jez, I listened to the podcast during the week." Now this guy's married, and he was like, "Who do you think you are telling people how to have a relationship when neither of you have a relationship?" I was like, "It's about dating, Noel. If you obviously didn't listen to it properly."
Yeah, no.
And Noel, and then I said, Noel, it's for people between the ages of like 20 and fucking 40, so you're too old. But anyone can listen. I'm not ageist, but Noel annoyed me. But Noel was slagging me. But
Okay, yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
we welcome all listeners and we welcome all feedback. So
yeah.
keep
So
your
Noel was
feedback
like, who do
coming.
I think I am? I was like, I don't know, sure. Would you prefer I did nothing, Noel, just sat at home and cooked the dinner?
Sure. At least know
Yeah.
this. Thank you for listening, though.
Good feedback, bad feedback.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Let's put a bow on this. So, okay, so I've explained my lack of communication. Now, you're still a little bitter about it. I get the impression.
I'm just a bit weary of you.
Are you guilty for, like, going off with Kieran at all? No. You're not, have you no inclination to tell me?
No,
So do we really have that emotional connection if, like, in your mind... Because, okay, I have come back to you to tell you I'm being completely upfront and honest with you because I guess I'm showing you my hand in the sense that, look, this is the way it's going to be for me. I really like you, but I'm
Are you
telling you
saying that?
straight out.
Are you saying you really like me? Yes.
Well, at first, I'm just explaining why I haven't been in touch, and I'm telling you what's been going on in my life because we've talked on these dates. We've talked. The first date we had, we spent about 6-7 hours together.
Okay,
just
I
chatting.
think we really need to meet up again, and we need to be a bit real now. I think we need to be real. If we're both into each other,
Well,
and we're
I'm
gonna,
into you, but,
no, but
like,
it's
I
probably
had
very
stuff
early
going
days
on.
for normal people to give it a go. But I'd be like, look, we know where we like
It's
each
too
other.
early for that. Sorry. And you slept with someone.
I'm trying to push you into a relationship.
Exactly. Jesus, back off, man trap. No, okay, so I've told, like, you still haven't replied to my message here. I've told you why I haven't been in contact. Are you going to reply with, "We still could have messaged me," or are you going to be, "Oh my God, that's amazing"? What? Reply to the
Oh
message.
no,
'cause
I'm not
you've
going to
gone
let
silent.
myself. I'm not going to let myself down and be like, "Why didn't you text me for 4 days?" I
You-
don't care. I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's great." I'd think of a good answer. I'd be like, "Oh,
Think of it now.
Okay.
No, because you've gone silent a couple of times, and this is the block we're at here.
so what's the exact message?" So
You were out last night. You were Kieran. Okay,
Okay.
You're still a little bit cranky with me. You're like, "What's his?" You get the message from me, Anna.
Mhm.
So sorry I haven't been in touch the last couple of days. It's been mad. Everything has been turned upside down in my life. I've made some huge decisions. I needed to kind of talk to my family about it. I need to talk to my friends about it. But I've decided I'm not happy doing the job that I'm doing. I want to make a difference, so I'm going to give up my job. I'm going to go back to UL for 4 years. And I'm going to train to become a psychotherapist or a counsellor or a psychologist. So really sorry I haven't been in touch, but that's what's been going on.
Hi, babe.
Oh.
No, not babe. Hi, Patrick. God, you've had a heavy few days, haven't you? Fair play to you for making that decision. It takes a lot it takes a lot. This would take me ages to write, okay, so you're kind of putting me under pressure. But it would, yeah, fair play to you.
A couple of times to review, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd probably send it to Patrick from Love Life first before I'd send it to the pretend Patrick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be very encouraging. And I'd be like, fair play to you, and that's great. And you've had a tough few days, I'm sure, but I'm sure you're making the right decision. Go with your gut.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to say, thank you for understanding. I know I've been quiet the last couple of days, but like I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and I think then I'm kind of
giving
you then,
yeah. Okay. So is any part of you at all guilty about what happened the night before?
Maybe a tiny bit.
Not so much that you're going to tell me though.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So do you want to meet up for a drink?
Yeah.
And talk?
Yeah, I'd love to, yeah.
Okay, alright. I'll call out to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going to leave it. Because
Yeah.
I think we've gone a lot of different directions. So
Cool.
we've kind of repaired that little bump.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a future bump. Because,
Yeah, sure.
as I said, spoiler, I know Kieran.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I shouldn't have given I'm giving you that so you can act accordingly. Yeah. Anyway, so
that's it.
That was episode 5. God, I had fun on this.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hit
so
me.
blessed. But no, I enjoyed it. And thanks to everybody who has been listening so far. And your feedback is very welcome.
Going up and up and up. And thank you again to the Galway player, Kieran O'Malley, for coming on last week. We have people, we have guests lined up.
Yeah.
None here today.
None here today.
But no, I've been meeting people at these events and stuff like that, and they're all like, Jez, I love the podcast, I'd love to come on.
Yeah, we will have more. We want to talk about lots of things, and we want your opinion on what you'd like us to talk about. So, DM us on Instagram, Love Life, and Anna O'Connor 26 is my own Instagram. And what's yours?
I am
Midlatney. So, yeah, and vote for Patrick. This time next week he might be
by the time this podcast comes out, the voting will be closed. So thank you for already voting for me. But no, you know what? I'm nominated for 4 awards now. So, sorry, you got your what?
Great.
No, so I'm
nominated for none.
You will be.
I'm not a blogger.
This time next year, podcast of the year.
Okay.
So the Beauty Blog Awards Best Influencer thing, by the time this is out, the voting will be closed and the awards will be on the night after this. So hopefully,
best of luck,
fingers
Patrick.
crossed. Yeah, but and then the Blog Awards of Ireland, I think it's called, that's judged, so no one needs to vote for me that. But I also nominated for 2 of the High Style Awards. So
yeah, look at you, you're so stylish.
Best Dressed Man.
Yeah.
And Best Model.
Well, best of luck and mind yourself. I'll see you next week.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And good luck on your date.
Thank you.
Bye. We're out. Good.